Hey guys, the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Today we're talking about Deutsche Bank. It's exiting the global equities market. This may be good for crypto and a sign that perhaps maybe a global financial meltdown may be occurring in the horizons. We want to talk about the state of the fiat today and how that may positively impact the price of the bits. But first, let me shout out all the boomers that are tuning in to this broadcast. Dark Horse, Beans and Rice, Marlon Jones, and the boomers, the rest of the crypto maniac soldiers. Let me drop more bombs for you guys. Guys, Deutsche Bank exiting. We got Morgan Stanley making some comments there about the markets as well. Could we be witnessing a financial meltdown coming sooner than later there in the horizons? I want to talk about the stocks. I want to talk about the fiat and how it relates to the crypto and how this may be a good thing for the bits. More bits, more bits. This is the alternative to the funny bunny. Guys, the funny bunny, guys. Bring out the snipers. Shout out to the boomers. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. Hit the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here every single weekday, late mornings, early afternoons, here with the daily pump. Shout out to the boomers out here. BTC and ETH are looking healthy. Big banks, not so much. Crypto is starting to take over. Marlon Jones is a boomer. A day one boomer. He knows what's going on. Most of the boomers here in the population of the chat box know that the system is ran by baby bear cubs and we need more crypto worldwide. We need to snipe out the baby bears. Shout out to Sticks Champion, Staff Sergeant of the Marines. You got flagged there on that comment. I'll go ahead and show it. It says Staff Sergeant says Morgan Stanley will get his ass handed to him too. We'll be talking about Morgan Stanley and what they have to say about these markets. On one hand, they're telling you that we're at all-time highs with the stocks, and we may be anticipating a rate cut. And MSM, the mainstream media, is telling you it's all good, that we're all-time highs, the stocks are booming. But on the other hand, we got Deutsche Bank, one of the largest banks in the entire globe. Now they're exiting. They're exiting global equities. They laid off a bunch of people out there. Not looking good. Is this like Lehman Brothers 3.0? Okay. Any day now we should see a kaboom in the crypto markets, folks. The boom is already here and it will continue to rise. I would say we may see all-time highs this year. Marlon Jones says, can't print your way to prosperity. You got to grow your way to wealth. Work and innovate. World needs to learn this lesson. Absolutely, guys. This funny bunny money that they've been printing for so long, and they got a printing press. They're running it. There is no proof of nothing behind the fiat, guys. They're running the printing press. It's a runaway train out there. There is no proof of anything as opposed to the bits. You got solid proof of work, a limited circulating supply. That's why they're calling it the gold of the internet. Shout out to Main Event, a big Monday kaboom to the maniac. Shout out to Main Event once again. Let me drop another bomb. Boom! All my Steamosauruses worldwide. Sticks Champions here. Marlon Jones is here. Blockchain Susha's here. I see all you maniacs. Guys, touch all the buttons. Let's get to the top of these search results. Even though we got a little baby shadow ban on us, we keep moving forward. Today we're talking about Deutsche Bank exiting global equities, what Morgan Stanley is doing, which bank is next, as they tell you things are at all-time highs with the stocks, that they may cut these rates. It's looking like they're debasing all the currencies. Trump wants to go ahead and compete with all the other countries that are debasing their currencies as well. And this is a race to the bottom, it seems, guys. I would say this is actually good for crypto. Kaboom, kaboom. Good day to y'all, says Meat Truck. Shout out to Queen's Races. He says, bang, bang. Good morning to the boomers. Marlon says, Trump calling for the Fed to manipulate the U.S. dollar with China. U.S. Fed will fall soon. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not sure if it's going to fall soon, but, it's just one step towards the meltdown. I don't know if it's just going to come in a month or in a year, but, there's not enough money circulating to cover all the debt, guys. And in fact, these banks get stronger with the more debt that they issue. Let's see if some people wake up to the funny bunny, to the baby bear cubs, and more of those that are becoming enlightened move over to the alternative frequency that is crypto and Bitcoin. U.S. Fed chair says U.S. will never go broke as we can always print more money. This way of thinking is why they will always fail. Bunch of fools. Absolutely. And that's why we're in crypto. You just can't print a Bitcoin out of nowhere. It takes some proof of work. You need to have something backing it. What backs the bits, guys? The largest computer network in the world. And that's what's going on. The largest decentralized computer network in the world, as opposed to the Fed, which is just a few people in a room deciding how much money to print, guys. Who are you trusting? It's a bunch of arrogance. Indeed. They can always print, but not guarantee the purchasing power. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and talk about the headlines here. I'll show you this article over here. Let me turn off. Well, before we talk about the headlines, let's look at the price. The price is here on CMC. I'll show you my screen. See how Bitcoin is shot up about $500 in about 30 minutes. Looking sexy. We got a market cap of 336 billion. Bitcoin dominance has increased to 62.9, basically 63%. I would expect it to continue to grow. We have Bitcoin there at $11,897, up 5% in the past 24 hours. Looking grass-fed, looking healthy, looking organic. We have Ether at 308, up another 5%. Ether on its way up as well. So shout out to the Ether maniacs. I got a baby bag. And, I've been impatient with Ether, but, I've been holding it. As I am holding Litecoin at $120, up 1.57%. Let there be light already, guys. Let there be light. It's that Bitcoin is too strong right now. It's taking a lot of the focus from these altcoins into Bitcoin. You can see the dominance increasing. As I've said for such a long time here in this channel, I believe that all crypto maniac boomers should have half of their bags in Bitcoin, half of their crypto portfolio in Bitcoin. Again, that's my opinion. Bitcoin Cash there at 413. I like Bitcoin Cash, although I don't have a bag. I see Bitcoin Cash as a strong competitor to Litecoin, and it's here to stay, guys. It has a name brand. And I was noticing, too, Bitcoin Cash has that low circulating supply, okay? And maybe undervalued. It's only $413, and there's only 17 million circulating coins, very similar to Bitcoin. I don't have the bag, and I know they play a little dirty over there at PCH, but I know they're here to stay. EOS at $5.96, up 2%. Binance at $33. Binance has been kind of stuck there in the mid-30 range, 33, 34, 35. I think it topped off at like 38, maybe $40, but it seems like Binance has cooled off after having a run these past 2 years like no other. You got Satoshi Vision not looking good for the fake Toshi over there in the courtroom. I told you I'm not mentioning that fake Toshi's name anymore, so I'm going to skip him. Tron over there at 3 cents. Cardano at 8 cents. I saw a super chat come in here on my the side of my peripheral vision, and it's Marlon Jones. Boom, $5. Stack up assets and land. Cash is government's way to rob citizens of their wealth and keep you in slavery. Absolutely. You know the deal. Hard assets, guys. Hard digital assets in the form of crypto, specifically Bitcoin. Hard assets in the form of precious metals, gold, silver. Some say palladium, although I'm not holding those bags. And land, of course. You can't go wrong with real estate. It's right there, guys. Shout out to Marlon. Thank you so much, Marlon. I appreciate it. Let me throw some dollars off the ceiling. Guys, follow Marlon's lead. He's got 5 on it. Are you coming to the crypto party without throwing 5 on the session here? I don't want you showing up without a bottle, without a smoke or 3. Guys, follow Marlon Jones's lead. Show some love here in the population of the super chat. And throw $5 on it, $10 on it. Shoot me a bat tip. Do something. Don't come up to the party here empty-handed. I appreciate all the boomers. And if you're broke, go ahead and share this on your feeds right now. Beans and Rice says positive cash flow. Main Event says that Tron is fake news. They didn't get raided. Yeah, I heard it was like a fake Tron. And some people impersonating Tron, they got raided out there in Beijing. And some people thought it was really Tron's office. That's why I'm not covering it. It's fake news. Cardano there at 8 cents. Stellar there at 10 cents. Monero at 103. Monero will always linger around the top 15. I told you, don't sleep on Monero. It's not going to kaboom, but it's not going to kadoom either. Okay, 103 for Monero. Leo at 166. This is Bitfinex's native token. A new player here, a new kid on the block. Let's see if it has the right stuff, baby, for the long gun. Dash at 157. Dash is another one that has a low circulating supply, and it's always lingering there in the top 20. Neo at $17. Chainlink at $3.37. Chainlink performed well this year. Let's talk about Deutsche Bank. We got CNBC reporting there. Deutsche Bank will exit global equities business and slash 18,000 jobs in sweeping overhaul. Deutsche Bank announced Sunday that it will pull out of its global equity sales and trading business as part of a sweeping reconstruction plan to improve profitability. The bank will also slash 18,000 jobs for a global headcount of around 74,000 employees by 2022. The bank aims to reduce costs by 6 billion euros. Deutsche expects its restructuring plan to cost 17.4 billion euros by the end of 2022. The German bank also expects to report a net loss of 2.8 billion euros in the second quarter of 2019. It will release its second quarter results on July 25th. This is when the markets are hitting all-time highs. What's going on here? On one hand, they're saying things are stronger than ever in the markets. And then on the other hand, one of the world's largest banks is pulling out. Okay? They're exiting. They said, see you later. Queen's Races just dropped me $2. Boom. Can't be empty-handed to the party. Thank you so much, Queen's Races. I appreciate it. Guys, follow Marlon Jones's lead, a day one boomer. Follow Queen's Races lead, a day one boomer out here sniping at the baby bear cubs that are dancing and prancing. Pull out the long gun and show them what's really booming out there. Thank you so much, Queens. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Guys, Deutsche Bank pulling out. This is not looking good for the financial system, but good for Bitcoin. We've noticed that there's a correlation between global uncertainty, funny bunny on the markets when it comes to the fiats, and strengthening Bitcoin, strengthening crypto. Sold more Bitcoin for ETH, says Marlon. ETH is about to play catch up. Don't sell your high cap alts. Alts are about to rip up. There's got to be a point in time that alts will gain some weight. And I got ETH. Maybe I should complete my bag so that I can stake ETH whenever they decide to bring proof of stake to the blockchain. Apparently you need like 31 or 32 ETH to do so. Hopefully it sticks around. I'm like hot and cold when it comes to ETH. I got a bag and, hopefully they can make it work. But I do agree with Marlon to a certain extent. I think that these high cap alts may do something. Champ, markets are strong because Fed is printing money and buying stocks with it to keep markets up. It's called quantitative easing. Absolutely. We know what's going on. They're just pumping money into the system. It's going to take more money to buy more things. So it's not the fact that the stock value's gone up. It's that there's so much money out there that you need more money to buy this garbage. Okay? That's what's really driving the markets. It looks like it's pumping, but it's that, they're pumping so much money. This is hyperinflation, guys. These banks are playing games. They've been doing it for a long time. They crashed the economy back in 2008. We had our young cousin Satoshi Nakamoto tweet about it, or basically write about it in the Genesis block. It wasn't a tweet. It was a post there, a memo there on the first block talking about these funny bunny banks. And Bitcoin has provided an alternative, guys, a sound alternative. Like Marlon was saying, there's a proof behind this, the bits, guys. You just can't print bits out of the government. Just can't decide to start printing bits. You need to mine them. And there is a limited supply. Boom and bust is how they run their game. Absolutely. And I think more people are getting hip to the game and hip to the funny bunny. I would expect the markets to keep pumping. But when you see Deutsche Bank, one of the largest banks in the entire globe, pulling out in the middle of things supposedly going higher, things are doing great. So why are you pulling out? They must smell some funny bunny cooking. And now you got Morgan Stanley, okay, warning too. Okay, let's talk about Morgan Stanley. I'm seeing a trend here. Some of the big banks, they're smelling perhaps blood in the water here. Morgan Stanley downgrades global stocks, projects poor returns over the next year. I have this one linked down below. Morgan Stanley just downgraded its allocation to global equities to underweight from equal weight. The most straightforward reason for this shift is simple. We project poor returns, says Morgan Stanley chief cross-asset strategist Andrew Sheets in a note to clients on Sunday. Over the next 12 months, there's now just 1% average upside to Morgan Stanley's price target for the S&P 500. The MSCI Europe and the MSCI EM and the Topics Japan. So they're not, the bottom line here is that they're projecting poor returns. How's that going to be if the market's doing great? I think they smell blood in the water, and this may be a domino effect. You may be seeing banks now starting to pull out. Derek McLean says Dow is going up to 42,000. I know you've been saying that, and I would expect things to continue to go up with the money being pumped. And if they drop the rates, they may even go to negative interest rates, which is not good for your fiat dollars. How you want to be holding U.S. dollars when there's negative interest rates out there, guys? You want to hold a hard asset like Marlon's been saying, in the form of precious metals, land, or digital hard assets in the form of Bitcoin and crypto. Again, we're not your financial advisors. Okay, we're not your crypto daddies. Okay, at the end of the day, you're going to have to make your own decision on whether you're going to hold the garbage bags or not. But don't act like we haven't been sharing our opinions with you guys. Buy into the fear. Sell when everyone's happy, says Derek McLean. $10 million Bitcoin. At this point, governments will be coming to steal digital assets from early adopters in the form of taxes, says Marlon Jones. Sell when everyone's happy, says Derek McLean. You guys know. They will tell all the normies, us early adopters, are the cause of their pain. That's funny you say that, because I'm reminded of some of the doom and gloom that the Bitcoin time traveler highlighted in that post that he did in Reddit back in like 2011, 2012. He says that there's going to be a point early adopters are you're going to have to hide because they're going to be blaming those early adopters for the global financial meltdown instead of the banks. I may have to pull that up again. Shout out to Bruno Ray. He says, like Monero. I like Monero. I think Monero is the one. I mean, it's the truest crypto in the top 20. I'm not saying it's going to pump more than Bitcoin or anything like that, but, it's a true crypto, fungible and private. Check out the video I have linked down below. 5 reasons why Monero could be superior to Bitcoin. Okay? There's some good gold and silver-backed crypto. I would be buying those, says Derek McLean. I'm not interested in gold or silver-backed cryptos. If I'm going to get into gold or silver, I want to hold the physical asset. Okay, I'm into cryptos that are backed by robust decentralized networks such as Bitcoin. Okay. I think the time traveler is spot on with his prediction. We may have to pull that back up because when I did cover that, his price predictions, he was predicting $100,000 Bitcoin in 2019, and still a possibility. I don't think it's going to go up like that. But anyhow, I didn't cover all the rest of what he said, what happens later on in the 2020s, which is doom and gloom. And, the point of that post is to try to stop Bitcoin because things get out of control. But, I don't completely agree with that. Invest in a sturdy safe, says Beans and Rice. CryptoZilla says the problem is who is buying and guaranteeing the real world assets? Deutsche Bank? Yeah, that's a good question. So you got Morgan Stanley saying they're projecting poor returns. They're letting their investors know. This is right after Deutsche Bank announced that they're exiting the global equities market. I think that this is a sign that there may be blood in the water, not for the immediate short term, but I would say within maybe perhaps the next year. Shout out to CryptoZilla. Shout out to Marlon Jones, Beans and Rice, Queens Races, Derek McLean, and the rest of the boomers. No better feeling than holding a kilo of silver in your hand and an ounce of pure gold. I've said this countless of times. I believe that the precious metals are in tandem with the crypto. I don't think that they're in competition. I think that they're brothers. I think that they work together. I think that they're sound, hard assets, one in the physical form and the other in the digital form. So I would expect crypto to perform better than the precious metals, but I won't sleep on the precious metals. I mean, it's nice to have something in your hand. You're absolutely right, Queen's Races. And just in case they shut off the power, you want to have something in your hand as well. Although I was reading something about Bitcoin transactions through Morse code, just in case they shut off the lights out there. That's a whole nother post. Gold-backed assets present counterparty risk. What happens if government seizes gold or institution exit scams your gold-backed crypto is then worthless? Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. That's why I would say, you want to diversify. I mean, if you're talking about, all your hard assets, Maybe you don't want to put them all into crypto. Maybe a little bit in land, maybe a little bit in precious metal, maybe some in crypto. But, as far as being seized, it's harder to seize crypto than it is gold or land. Don't let another man hold your crypto or precious metal bag. I absolutely agree. I wouldn't buy into a crypto backed by gold simply because, if I'm interested in gold, I'll just hold the gold myself. I wouldn't let another man hold my bags. We've covered cryptos backed by gold in the past. I know that, I believe his name is Stan Larimer, Dan Larimer's father. He was involved with the project. You may want to Google or YouTube in the search there, cryptos backed by gold, Champagne Crypto. I have a video explaining that. And, I like the idea, but it's not something I'm interested in. Crypto Stack said he would start moving away from precious metals. Maybe you can, give us a little bit more information as to why you believe that. But yeah, I mean, I'm hella bullish when it comes to cryptos. I'm always interested in precious metals. I'm not here to say that they're going to pump to $5,000 per ounce when it comes to gold or anything like that. But it's nice to have in the stash. It's a long gunner. Crypto Stack says they have identified an asteroid that's worth 4 quadrillion, no joke, precious metal, and we're sending a probe in 2021. I don't believe none of that, Crypto Stacks. I mean, we've been saying we're going to go back to the moon for like how long now, and that we're going to mine asteroids. We need to get our own house here in the globe in order before we start mining asteroids. That's a bunch of hype. I don't believe that. They very well may have. There's an asteroid out there, but before we can actually mine that, we will start mining in 20 to 50 years. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that their stories are out there. Just like, we've been saying we're going to go back to the moon. We should have been back to the moon. Okay? But, at the end of the day, guys, there's a lot of lies when it comes to NASA and stuff like that. Yeah, I wouldn't buy into that. 20 or 50 years, and that by that time, Bitcoin would have, or probably even could have hit $1 million for all we know. Yeah. We can't even get to the moon or Mars, let alone mine natural. Guys, we haven't gone back to the moon. Why haven't we gone back to the moon? Did we even go to begin with? I'm not following. I'm not into that, Stacks. I've heard of that, but I'm not buying into the 20 or 50 years we're gonna mine asteroids. I'll worry about that 40 years from now. There isn't any value on the moon. Of course there's value in the moon, guys. Even just for tourism. You're telling me that no one wants to go back to the moon? There's not one person in all these times that wants to go back and claim it? I wonder why, guys. It's starting to sound funny bunny, this whole moon thing. That's a whole nother stream. But if you believe what they showed you on TV, I don't know. I got a bridge to sell you. Bruno says they'll print $4 quad just to research mining an asteroid. Yeah, NASA's getting like $50 million a day to say these types of things. 4 quadrillion worth. We'll check back in 40 years from now, Crypto Stacks. I'll stay focused on my plan for right now. Bitcoin and precious metals and land. When moon, says main event. Indeed, guys, if you're just tuning in, we've talked about Deutsche Bank exiting the global equities market. This may be a good thing for crypto, global uncertainty. Crypto is the antithesis to the banking system, as the banking system will inevitably fail, whether it's a year or 10 years. Inevitably, there's a hole in the boat. Okay, and that's the main reason why Bitcoin's price has increased since they told you it was a scam back in 2010, 2011, back when people were buying pizzas for a Bitcoin. They told you it was a fraud. Now you ask yourself, why is the price continuing to rise? At the end of the day, guys, there's a hole in the boat, and I think that people know this. The few, the proud, the crypto boomers. The moon landing was real. I actually watched the rocket launch into space when I was at Cocoa Beach, says Marlon Jones. Just because you saw a rocket go into the space doesn't mean that it went all the way to the moon. I'm not saying that I'm not saying whether the moon landing's real or not, but just because you saw a rocket go into the sky doesn't mean it went to the moon. When the banks fail, they will make one global currency, says Derek McLean. Absolutely. I think that's the plan. The plan has always been total world domination. This is a globalist agenda, a socialist, communist agenda. There is no free markets. There's nothing free about these markets, guys. When they're manipulating the currencies, the interest rates, it's funny bunny, guys. Beans and Rice says the MONERO. We've heard about the Fed coin. Of course, the euro, try to do the whole euro coin, and you got people trying to get out of the euro. It's a fight for total world domination. And we have options here, guys. We have options. Queen says, facts, champ. I said some bottle rockets in the sky 4th of July. Yeah, listen, I'm not here to debate whether the moon landing's real or not, but just because you saw a rocket go into the sky doesn't mean that we went to the moon, okay? Shout out to Queens, Beans and Rice, Crypto Stacks, Main Event, Bruno Ray, Derek McLean, and the rest of the boomers out there, guys. I would expect things to continue to pump. Let's look at the price over here on Trading View. Look at this 90-degree increase over here. It's like within, what time was this? At 8:56, and then by 9:30. So in about 30 minutes, it jumped about $500. Looking healthy right now. I think right now the first point of resistance about 12.1, 12.2. We have some resistance there in about the $12,000 range. After that, it's a straight shot to 13.8. After that, we may go to 15 or even directly to 20K. But right now, if you ask the champ, we have strong support at $10,000. Okay, I don't see things really dip diving and sliding under 10K anytime soon. It already tested that last week. It went down to $9,600 and sprang right back up in a moment of about 30 minutes to an hour, right back over 10K. So there's strength there. There's some support there at 10K. Bet on Bitcoin, not the banksters. You know the deal. Marlon says, Derek, the one world currency is Bitcoin. This is not left up to government to decide. Global populations decide what currency is valuable, and that is BTC. But I would expect don't expect the banks to go away silently. And they'll continue to pump this, and they're going to fight their way. There's going to be uncertainty. There's going to be people that lose money. There's going to be a wealth transfer, and they may very well be blood on the streets. Some people are going to have to look at things differently because the standard of living may not be maintained for many people out there if they're not up on what's going on. Stack them sats, says Beans and Rice. I like that. Derek McLean says the government's going to support a coin that can print. Absolutely. I will expect these governments to start printing coins. Listen, they've already devalued the US dollar paper all the way down to, it's not doing good. It's not doing, they're debasing it. And Trump, in fact, is calling to debase the dollar, basically like everybody else. We covered this on Friday's stream. I think all boomers should do more research on silver. After they do, they'll invest all they have in silver, says Queen's Races. But silver is manipulated by JP Morgan as well. They have a strong hold on the silver markets. But I think that silver is one of the most undervalued assets out there. Japan landed a probe on an asteroid, and China sent a rover lander to the moon, but mining is a whole different level. Or did they? Or they just show you a little animation? I don't know, guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know. I'm not buying into the whole space stuff. The space stuff right now, it's looking like a scam to the champ. I'm going to be honest with you. And it's sad to say because, I'm a space enthusiast ever since I've been a little gunner. But the more I look into NASA, it's looking like frauds after frauds, guys. The banks didn't believe in crypto as much as we do. They're being caught off guard even though they had 10 years to do something. They are terrified that Libra will kick their can. Says Jim. That may be true. Government printed coins, I guarantee, will be valued by the government supply of Bitcoin reserve. That may be a possibility. I don't know if they're going to go ahead and leave it to that. Eventually may get there, but, maybe just be backed by their good word to begin with. Use the force, champ, says CryptoZilla. Queen says he agrees with Marlon. Yeah, listen, I agree also with Marlon and Derek. Derek's calling it too. It's like at one point they're going to try to push a coin. And I agree. The Libra is backed by, I know nothing about the coin. The Libra is trying to be a peg to like all the currencies. And I don't know if it's going to work out, guys. They're going to try it, and that may be the beginning of corporate backed cryptos. And we're seeing a lot of fragmentation. People finding their own way. You're going to see the corporations trying to jump into the game. The corporations are going to fight the governments. And while there's a lot of turmoil and a lot of confusion, you should be stacking more bits because the price is not going down. I don't believe that that's going to happen. Marlon says they won't have a choice, champ. Hopefully that's going to be the case. That's what we're gunning for. Jim says, yeah, it's backed by Mark Zuckerberg's integrity. LOL. Yeah, how about that? Champ Skywalker, not your crypto space daddy. I like that. It's like a whole new channel. Champ Skywalker. Champagne Skywalker. I like that. Derek says that's pretty smart. Actually, I said that too. I think it is kind of smart of them to try to peg it to all the world reserve currencies, or not world reserve, but all the other currencies like the yen, I believe the euro, the dollar. They're trying to peg it. I think it's a smart move by them, and you can't be mad for them trying to take over as well. I'm just not behind it. I don't trust them, but they're doing little clever movements out there. They're trying to act clever. Shout out to the 27 crypto maniacs tuning in. We looking at Bitcoin's looking good. Deutsche Bank's looking bad. JP Morgan now is issuing statements that the markets may not look good. I expect another bank to be making some sort of an announcement too. Jim says, Deutsche Bank be like Jabba, Champ be like Skywalker. Let me drop a bomb for that. That's your crypto space daddy, says Queen's Races. Absolutely. I'm not anybody's daddy out here. I got two young boomers to worry about myself. So, guys, drop another comment or a question before I land this plane directly on the tarmac. I skipped the runway. Shout out to all my aviators out there. Champ will eventually get his pilot's license, whether it's in a year, 10 years. Eventually, I'm going to have to get that so I can go ahead and fly high with you boomers. Make sure you're following me over there on the STEEM blockchain, and you're following me on all the sister blockchains on STEEM so that you can earn these tokens, guys. Just for dropping a comment, I can upvote you. You can earn STEEM. You can earn PAL, Peace, Abundance, and Liberty. Join that group. I know Main Event led me that way. I know they have a Discord as well. I'm not too much on the Discords, although I did join. You may want to check that out. Check out STEEM. Check out PAL. Check out the new STEEM Leo, another sister blockchain there for investors. I talked about that last week. And then check out the new DTube. If you're on that blockchain and you're doing movements there, you can earn all those tokens just for like one action. You can earn STEEM, DTube. You can earn the PAL, the STEEM Leo, and this is just for one action because these things are being printed or posted on all these chains simultaneously. Dumb question for a newbie. Heard a lot about XYO. Anybody have anything on this? I don't know anything about it, Mikey. Never heard about it before. XYO, never heard about it. Libra will be measured by Satoshi value, just like in today's world, everything's measured by dollar value. 20 years or less, every coin will be measured by its SAT value. All it takes is a dollar collapse. And we seem to be in tune with our thoughts here, Marlon. I've said this for a while now. Bitcoin is the global reserve currency. It's just going over people's heads. But in the short term, they're trying to peg this Libra coin to all these other fiats. But I do agree with you. Eventually, things are just all going to be compared to Bitcoin. Good morning. Nice to hear good news of crypto, says David Couch. Welcome back to the box, David. Mikey, XYO is a poop coin, says Marlon. Never heard of this coin. I have no idea. It very well may be a shit coin. I mean, we're here every single day, Mikey. Never heard of it. You got to watch out for these new baby bear cub coins, these little tykes that come out of nowhere with a lot of promise. Everybody's looking for the new unicorn. But, my opinion is to focus on the blue chippers. Low market caps are an easy way to get wrecked, but if you got to lose a few limbs to become a crypto boomer, you got CryptoZilla saying it how it is. Mark says, I made a DTube account for my new channel and even paid for it. Doesn't work. Can't upload. Can't even display others' videos. Says Mark Joseph. I don't know. What happened there, Mark? Are you sure you did everything correctly? I've never heard of a problem like that. You don't even need to upload to DTube. You could put links from Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I don't think you have to even pay for your DeepTube account. Right now, it's only open to Steam users. So maybe I don't know if you got into the right DTube. It's D.tube. D.tube. Beans and Rice says Chainlink. Yeah, Chainlink's looking good. I heard Mario Rubini, a.k.a. Dr. Doom, wants to work for Zuck, says Jim. Mark Joseph says, I had to buy a new Steam account. Okay. Yeah. Then you could easily buy a new Steam account via Steam Ninja. It's like $2 or $3. And once you have a Steam account, you could get a new DTube account, but you get a new private and public key. You got to also register that, claim that, and start using. I did it 1, 2, 3, bada boom. I had no problem doing it. Mark says, I had to buy a new Steam account because I don't want my name tied to my new content. Yeah, that's fine. You got to get the Steam account. Okay, you could get one for free, but you have to wait in line, and it could take a couple weeks, or you can buy one for a couple bucks there on Steam Ninja. I have a link down below. Once you got that, you could use that active key to log into PalNet, which is a sister chain, and you can also use that active key to log into Steam Leo. When you get a Steam account, you get several keys that have different access. Of course, the master key, which allows you to change everything. I would not use that for everyday movements. You can use the active key, which just does everything but allow you to change the passwords. And then you also have a posting key, which allows you just to post. And then when you sign up to DTube, you get a whole new pair because they're doing a whole nother blockchain. Marlon says, Mikey, if you're a newbie, stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Stay away from low sat alts claiming to be the next Bitcoin. The crypto game takes work and discipline. Don't play the shitcoin lottery. Absolutely. And this is coming from Marlon, which did a lot of research on small little shitcoins. I know you dip, dive, and slide. I'm sure you lost a limb or 3 on some of those shitcoins. And I know you found a couple gems out there, but you got to do the work to find those low market cap coins. But I would agree with Marlon. Stick to the blue chippers. Those top 10 coins. Don't mess with Ripple though. I did all that, but the site just doesn't work. I'm in a censored country, which must be the problem. I can access everything through my ShadowSock server in Hong Kong, but DTube just doesn't work. Oh well. I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. I'm not a techie, so I really don't know what to tell you, but I could point you in the direction of, these Discords. You may want to check out to see if DTube has a Discord, or if you may want to go on the Minnow support Discord. Maybe Main Event could point you to the right, someone that can help you with that. I'm sure there's a solution. I would love to see you on the blockchain having no problems with your posting. Because the point with Steem, DTube, and the blockchains are immutability and not being able to censor people. But yeah, maybe Main Event, if he's still online, he can point you. I would get into some of these Discords. And that's the thing about Steem. That Steem community has a lot of people that are helpful. If you get in the right Discord. Last time we were on line, Main Event pointed me to a Discord. I forgot the name. It is like the Minnow support channel or something like that. That's actually a good suggestion. Lots of help in the Discord. Yeah, you may want to go there because listen, it's working for me, and I wouldn't say that I've noticed any funny bunny there. I think it's been legit. I mean, DTube's been legit. Steem, everything's good. So I don't know if something with your browser. I'm not sure what browser you're using. But But I would point you in the direction of those Discords. Steam stopped letting me upload out of nowhere. They have a lot of issues to fix, but I still support them. Steam can't stop you from posting. It's a decentralized platform. So maybe it's the front end that you're having problems with. I'm not sure if you're using Steemit, SteamPeak, busy.org, or others. There's a lot of ways to post to the Steem blockchains. The most popular front end is the Steemit site, steemit.com. But you could also post via busy.org or SteamPeak and others. Until Cardano gets a working mainnet with products built on it, not suitable for those green to crypto, says Marlon. I agree. I hold a baby bag of Cardano, but this is only after I built a big bag of Bitcoin and ETH. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If you're a newbie, focus on the blue chippers first before you start going out and trying to find the next unicorn. Because listen, guys, I've said this so many times. Right now, you can see over here on CoinMarketCap, they are 2,320 tokens. And I will guarantee with over 2,000 of these are just going to crash and burn. Okay. It's just simply the way it goes. Okay. Stick to the blue chippers before you try to find the unicorn. That way you don't get crushed out there. Crypto still needs a killer dApp, says Derek McLean. I do agree. I do agree. That's why I've been focused on EOS. I'm excited about these new tokens being built on Steem. If you haven't checked out the interview that I did with Agro, the Steem witness, I really invite you guys to check that out. I think there's a lot of movement on Steem. The price may not be sexy, but there's a lot going on, and there is a use case scenario. There is tribes and communities being built. There's action. There's things happening there. Marlon says, get 1 Bitcoin and 32 ETH before you buy any other alt. So yeah, it's going to take 32 ETH for those to stake Ethereum once it goes proof of stake. I'm hoping EOS voice will be a hit. I'm not, Mark. I don't want anything to do with know your customer. I don't want to put all your personal information just to be on a social media site. I'm sure some people are interested with that, but I'm not. I'm interested with EOS as a blockchain, though. I think the EOS, there's some potential there. I'm just not excited about voice. And I think a lot of people aren't either. And you can see after they announced voice, the price of EOS went down. And Patient Potato said 32 ETH is a lot. Yeah, it is. But it probably wasn't that hard to get once ETH was, close to 100, 150 bucks. But now, ETH is over 300 bucks. It's a little more pricey. Killer dApp maker is DAO. You should really learn how to use. Uno's paying 19% annual ROI on DAI deposits. Yeah, I was looking into the DAI coin. I learned about it using the Coinbase Earn program. Now I earned some DAI tokens there on Coinbase Earn. I'm going to do a video on easy ways to earn cryptos, like real simple stuff like, signing up to Coinbase Earn, downloading the Brave browser, real simple stuff using the Steem blockchain. There's other ones that are a little bit more complicated, like staking, getting some master nodes like Marlon has talked about in the past. But, there's ways just to earn little crypto coins here and there. And, you could just convert them back to Bitcoin and keep stacking. Derek McLean says, what's DAI? DAI, that's a stable coin. That's pegged to the dollar, but it's... you could issue DAI tokens by putting up Ethereum as a collateral. So you need to put up like 150% to get a loan of DAI. So basically, it's like a decentralized stable coin. And you know how I feel about stable coins. I think most of them are funny bunny, but learning about DAI, I think it's pretty interesting. You guys may want to earn some DAI by joining Coinbase Earn. I have a link to join Coinbase. I know most people already joined Coinbase, but if you haven't, do it. It's one of the most popular places to buy Bitcoin in the United States. You could go ahead and spend over $100, get about $10 in Bitcoin for free. They also kick me back $10 if you join with my link. Once you are a member to Coinbase, you can join the Coinbase Earn programs. They got programs to earn BAT, Stellar, EOS, and a bunch of other tokens. You got to sign up for each program individually. And you watch some videos, answer some questions, and they give you maybe $5, $10 of the token. Champ, have you heard of HiSwap? No, I haven't. An ETH on-chain mixer that allows you to mix your ETH for privacy. No, I haven't. I don't know about that. Mark says, didn't realize they require KYC. Screw that. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with the voice. That's why I'm still rocking with Steem. And anyhow, voice right now, its testnet is populated all with Steem content. They're testing voice with Steem content. So Steem already is doing whatever voice wants to do. Okay, that's why I keep saying Steem. I know the price doesn't look good, but there's so many things that you could do with Steem, and it continues to grow as far as its development. I got my free DAI on Coinbase Earn and bought $6 worth of ETH with it. LOL. There you go. So, Lucky Lewis got some DAI. I got some DAI the other day as well. It's like $6 worth. And if you guys haven't done that, join Coinbase via the links that I have there in the description. And you can get in those Coinbase Earn programs. Super legit. Does anybody know of a good day trading coins to get in and out of? I wouldn't look at it that. You can't just say, oh, this is a good day trading coin. I mean, you could day trade Bitcoin. You could get in and out of Bitcoin. But listen, at the end of the day, you got to think about what you're trying to stack. Are you trying to stack fiat or are you trying to stack Bitcoin? DAI is ETH-backed stablecoin that's pegged to $1 because it's managed by ETH smart contract and backed by ETH. It's way more valuable than other stablecoins. That's absolutely true. And that's why I encourage people to go learn about DAI over there on Coinbase Earn. There's a couple videos. It explains it very easily why, how it's backed and what are the risks involved or whatnot. I think it's from what I see, it's probably the most legit stablecoin. What happens if governments try to go for crypto users with crazy taxes when the dollar collapses? Listen, the government's already going after people with crazy taxes anyway. And, they will have to go after everybody. I mean, I don't know. It's like, what happens if there's a collapse? What happens if you get in the car and you crash? What happens? Coulda, shoulda, woulda, Make sure you secure your bags and find also private coins. That's why I've said this for like a year plus. The top 5 blockchain industries that I'm looking for in the mid to long term, one of them being privacy coins for that very same reason. Okay. There are no counterparty risk associated with DAI like all other stable coins have. There is some risks and they're explained in detail in that Coinbase Earn program. So to say there's no risk, that's not true, but there's a lot less risk than some of the other stable coins. And, the best thing I could recommend is, do that Coinbase Earn video and get $6 of DAI and figure out, learn about it. But Marlon's right. If the dollar hyperinflates, DAI will be the only stable coin worth anything because it's backed by ETH, not dollars in the bank account. That's absolutely true. Isn't Beam the most private coin? I don't know what the most private coin is, but Beam definitely has qualities that are attractive to the champ. It has a limited circulating supply. It's not inflationary as opposed to Grin. And, it's a coin that I'm interested in, and also interested in Litecoin picking up this Mimblewimble project because that may be a great thing for Litecoin. I know Charlie Lee did an interview with Crypto Love this weekend, and he repeated their intentions to look into the Mimblewimble protocol for private transactions and fungibility, which I think is a big deal. DAI is sort of pegged to the USD, but it's backed by ETH. Yeah, look into it, Derek. Go to Coinbase Earn, and you can earn $6 worth of DAI just by watching 2 videos. It'll take you like 10 minutes. And it's worth learning about it by checking out those videos. You can run the video at 1.5x or 2x and get it done in less than 10 minutes. On that note, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast. It's been 49 minutes, and always a pleasure. I think that these signs here with Deutsche Bank and what Morgan Stanley says are only good for crypto in the mid to long term, guys. Make sure you secure your own private keys. Hold the keys. Hold the actual asset. You do not own your crypto unless you have the private keys to it, okay? At the end of the day, that's the bottom line. Don't leave it on an exchange. It doesn't matter if it's your favorite exchange or the Happy Exchange or whatever the exchange it is. Hold your own bags. If you got to use the exchange, use it and remove and withdraw your asset from the exchange, make sure you hold it in your own possession. Hold your own keys. Make sure you check out the links that I have down below. Download the Brave browser. Okay, it's just like the Google Chrome browser, but it allows you to earn BAT tokens for looking at ads. If you click on an ad on the Brave browser, you get paid in BAT. Okay, and also it blocks ads. So when you show up here to CoinMarketCap, you don't get those funny bunny ads. You can see right here how things are looking on my screen. I'm using the Brave browser here on CoinMarketCap. I don't have the ads. On that note, let me shout out our boomer brothers, Marlon Jones of Day One, Derek McLean. He's back after taking a little hiatus. And shout out to Queen's Races for showing love as well. Potato, I see you. Who else is here in the box? Lucky Lewis, Mr. Bozak, Mark Joseph. And the rest of the boomers. Mikey, I see you. Jim. CryptoZilla. Beans and Rice. Shout out to all the boomers. I'll be back tomorrow. So go ahead and bookmark this page. Chances are you're not going to get a post notification here. But look out for me late mornings, early afternoon, guys. I'm here with the good crypto word, guys. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Stack those blue chippers and keep booming. It's the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.